Hey, what's up guys? Tukey here, back again with another episode of my FHM4 Road to Glory series, and today, well, the entire series changes because not only are we taking a national team job, but we are going to hand in our resignation with Espoo United. After 2 seasons, we will be leaving the first club that we have called home. But the first step here that we're going to take is to go with the national team job offer, and by popular demand, we're going to Austria. The best job, the largest job that we could have possibly taken. The majority of you seem to think that it was the best idea to take this job, and it may just potentially see us make the most amount of progress that we can in a short amount of time. So we are going to accept that job. And now when we go to the international tab, it's not quite there yet, but that's all right. Our second order of business is to resign from the team. We could resign from the national team as well, but our second order of business is to make it official. It's a little bit sad, but there we go. What's done is done. We have left Espoo United, and whether or not there are any jobs available, that still hasn't changed, which is somewhat concerning. But with those two changes made, let's move forward. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to go from day to day. That would be a little bit unfortunate. But this is where I was running into loading trouble, which is really just for me in terms of OBS and the fact that my computer's a little bit slow, and we still have every league active, as I've mentioned before. This was the point last year where I ran into quite a few issues, but I think that was mainly down to certain graphics packs that I had installed from the Steam Workshop. Regardless, I don't know what's going to happen now with this next season, whether or not we're able to find any work, whether or not it's just down to us being I guess it would be the head coach and GM of the Austrian team. I'm not quite sure how this is all going to pan out. We are in uncharted territory, unfamiliar waters. We'll see how it all pans out. All right, so you'll notice, number one, we haven't been hired by the Montreal Canadiens. We are unemployed. But the second thing you might notice is that we are pretty far ahead into the future. It is September 16th, and we have just now gotten an offer. Patrick Elias, Jeremy Roenick, Vincent Damphousse, and Bernie Nichols were voted into the Hall of Fame, but we have just now gotten an offer, that being from the Kongsvinger Knights of the Norwegian League, the top league in Norway out of 2. Obviously, their team isn't looking that great. It's an interesting offer. Of course, we have the Austrian national team job locked up. If it would love to bring me back there, to be honest, it should. I don't know why it's showing me the United States, but if we go to Austria, I mean, this is our team. You can't do anything with it yet, though. Even if I click on possible players, nothing shows up. Of course, resign from national team is still there. Nothing has popped up in available jobs either. Now, that is not why this video is shorter. This video is shorter because the amount of time that it took me to sim from this day, or from the last day that we stopped on once we made the moves that we made, to this day. The fact is, and I really hate to say this, I've been kind of hoping it would have gotten better. It hasn't, and it's just simply down to the fact that my PC isn't quite good enough to run capture software and run this game when every league is active. The amount of time, that is the main reason. It hasn't been it hasn't been due to a lack of time, it hasn't been due to laziness from me. Okay, maybe there's been a little bit of laziness in there, but that's been the main factor to this series. And why why there's delay in between episodes, and that is because it takes me, here, you know what, let's just try to sim one day. Let's sim one day, let's see how long that takes for an example, and hopefully the game doesn't kind of screw me over here by having it sim quickly, but you'll notice it's still the 16th. The amount of time that it takes to sim just a day, factor that into simming months, that's been the main delay in these episodes, is the fact that I'll have to sit here I'll sim, you know, if you'll notice the last few episodes, you'll be like, okay, I'm going to move forward, and then I stop the recording, close the software, and still typically end up either editing the rosters or playing a quick game on FIFA and squad battles, something to pass the time. Case in point, with how long it's taking to sim one day. We just now finally got over to the 17th. Again, it's not the game, not at all. So for anybody who's thinking, oh, I don't want to get this game, it runs slow, it's just my PC. And I joke about that all the time, especially when I'm streaming or when someone's like, oh, your videos are still in 720. This PC, and again, I'll explain this, and I'll get to my main point of why this video is shorter in a second. When I got this PC, it was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago almost now, when I started YouTube. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get that PC where at least if I put money into it and it doesn't work out, I'm not burying myself in debt, so to speak, to pay for that computer. It's at least, you know, it can do the bare minimum things that I need it to do. And from there, you know, if this works out on YouTube and Twitch, whatever, I'll improve. I haven't gotten to that point where I can afford to improve, so I'm still stuck with this PC. We've only skipped 2 days in the entire time that I have been talking. So it's not the game, it's simply this PC. It's a side effect to just my current situation. Which brings me to the main point, I think, of this video, and that is that we're probably going to have to stop this road to glory, simply because, I mean, unless there's a way that I can turn off some of the leagues, so to speak, so that it doesn't factor in, I don't see how I can continue this and at least continue to upload these videos in a timely fashion. So my plan now, at this point, is to leave you guys a couple of options, because I am not done with FHM content on both YouTube and Twitch. There is no way. So the question is, how do we want to progress? Because on Twitch, I have been running the historical challenges. We're 5 or 6 deep at this point for historical challenges. But that said, if we decided we wanted to run those on YouTube, I'm all right with redoing some of those over, and I could take a different strategy, although, my God, doing some of those over would be a gigantic pain in the ass. That said, we also have the option of running an historical sim. It's like, oh, okay, well, hey, just be the 01 Atlanta Thrashers and play and see if you can, you know, make them good. That's an option. Literally any team in history, dating back to 1917 in the NHL, we could be them. And it would all be accurate. And again, these are the same options I brought up to you guys when we decided on the road for glory. We could also do a current day NHL sim. We could do a modified road to glory. Say I only have the ECHL, AHL, and NHL active. Maybe even the 3 junior leagues. Say we start off in junior and try to build our way up to the NHL. So just kind of a more restricted version of what we're doing here. That way I can actually make quite a bit of progress. We have options. As I'm trying to stop this so I can get back to the main menu to kind of show you all of our options yet again. It's unfortunate because I really am enjoying the series, but I want to get these videos out to you guys sooner, and it's just not going to happen if we continue this series because of this PC. As it is, I have hit escape. I have now clicked, clicked the stop sim. It still hasn't happened, so we'll see. But those are basically the options. I'm going to give you guys another sort of in-depth look here. Which, again, it just sucks, because I'm all right with not having the normal job. I'm all right with just having the national team offer, but it's not about that. It's just the time it takes to sim days. Like I said, we've simmed, what, 5 days? And this entire time I've been talking. You can imagine how long it takes to sim through a season. It takes a long goddamn time, and that's not factoring in me having to make roster changes, me having to make lineup changes due to injury. It's an issue, and we need to address it. You know what? I'm just going to keep talking up until the point where this finally stops. But there we go. And we still have that same offer as before. Let's go back to the start screen. So again, the options we'll have moving forward. We do have the historical challenges, and hopefully this doesn't take too long to load. I pray to God it doesn't take too long to load. That would be nice. But remember, there are 30 challenges, one for each current NHL team, with the exception of the Vegas Golden Knights, of course, because they don't have much of a history now, do they? They might after this season, looking like they could win the damn cup this year. In their first year, you never quite know. But with the historical challenges, again, there is one for each team. If we decide to do this, which I'm still cool with leaving this as a Twitch thing, and that way it's kind of best of both worlds, but there is one, you know, for each team, ranging back to being in the 30s, with Chicago, the most up-to-date one being with the Winnipeg Jets at the start of the 2011-2012 season. We also, again, as I mentioned, have the option for an historical game in which, again, any year, any team, you can do that. And we could kind of make our own challenges there. We could do the current day, NHL. We could do that modified Road to Glory, where we have just the junior leagues, ECHL, AHL, NHL. Let me know what you guys think. But this is not the end. I swear to you, this is not the end of FHM content on my channel. But we need to adjust how we're doing this so that I can make sure I'm getting these videos out to you guys in a timely manner. So let me know down in the comments below what you think we should kind of look to do here. And, if we don't do something immediately, say we decide to not do the historical challenges at this point in time, you still might see them pop up on the channel later. So I want to know your opinion. I thank you for your support with this series. I'm sorry I'm having to end it, but it makes sense. It makes the most sense. That's all I can say. So again, I'm sorry this is over. I thank you for the support. I'm looking forward to your feedback and what you guys think we should do next. And until next time, guys, have a good one. Take it easy, and I will catch you later with something new.